Namaste, I'm Soumya. Welcome to my channel. And if you're coming back, then thank you so much for supporting and encouraging my content. Uh, 3 to 4 days ago, I watched Sadhguru's video, which is all about the magic of age 33, the magic of turning 33, and there is a special meditation sadhana, everything that's for people who are below the age of 33 so that they can build up the right energy to bloom into the best versions of themselves when they turn 33. This got me thinking, have I missed the boat? Because I turned 33 this year already. And then it made me sit down and have a reflection of how much I actually changed in the past 1.5 years. And I realized that it's not that I turned 33 at 12 midnight and evolved into a completely different person. No, it was little things that added up that eventually helped me to become a version of myself that I feel content with. At this age, I feel like I'm not that much of a people pleaser like I used to be, and a lot of things, a lot of tips, tricks, tools, and mindset shifts have helped me. So let's jump in. The first one is actually a quote. It's a quote by Radhananda Swami. I don't know the exact quote, but he talked about the biggest journey you will ever take in your life is journey inwards. So you have to journey into yourself. I'm based in Dubai, and here before the pandemic hit, everyone was all about traveling the world outside so they can find themselves. There's nothing wrong in it, but it's also true that to find yourself, you do not have to go elsewhere. You just have to sit with yourself. The truth is, to find yourself, you don't necessarily have to go elsewhere. You just have to sit with yourself. So the first thing I would always tell everyone is to be anything in life, to have contentment. What I have learned, okay, this is coming from a very humble student perspective. I am not saying that I'm a guru or I understand everything in life. I'm just a very simple human being who's made hundreds of mistakes, or maybe even thousands, who knows, who's gone through enough experiences in life. I wouldn't say my experiences are bigger than anyone's, but I have faced a lot of challenges, traumas, and today if I'm able to sit here and talk to you, that genuinely is because I have been doing a lot of inner work. So I'm just sharing what's been working for me. So how do you do this journey inwards? Everything honestly starts with sitting in silence, and it will sound like the most easiest thing for some, the most boring thing for some. The first time I sat in silence, I felt like, okay, silence is fine. I'm okay with silence. Oh, wait, how long have I been sitting in silence? And I had like lots of thoughts. I even had doubts about, am I doing this right? Like, that's the most insane thing. We're always up in our head. We are rational, logical people, and we want everything to make sense. Is this a productive thing that I'm doing? Is this making me more efficient? Is this me optimizing my time? What am I gaining out of it? Just disconnect all of that. If you want, you can keep a timer. That's something that helped me a lot, because I'm always up in my head thinking, how long have I been sitting in silence? So even if you haven't meditated ever before, just sit 5 minutes in silence every single day. You can just focus on your breath, inhale and exhale. You can evaluate if you're actually breathing and like inhaling and exhaling deeply. You can just observe the thoughts, the feelings, the emotions. Don't fight anything, and do not ever try to make logical sense of anything. Now, the next important thing for me was inner child healing and inner child work. I love the work of the holistic psychologist here on YouTube. She's also there on Instagram. Also Marisa Peer. What does inner child healing means, and why do we have to go and connect with our childhood self? Growing up, we go through a lot of experiences. Some of us are blessed to have really easy childhood. However, we pick up certain patterns. We pick up the patterns that existed in the family. We pick up the subliminal messages that our parents have been feeding us, whether consciously or unconsciously. For example, if you come from a family where being with your parents and your siblings felt like you were walking on eggshells, things were quite volatile, then your neurons have been wiring and firing for a long time in a particular way, that the neural pathways you have created is all about love feels volatile. Love feels like I'm walking on eggshells. Now you will keep on creating more scenarios in your life where the same pattern is repeated, whether it's in your career, whether it's in your friendships, love, even social life. In one or the other way, it's your need to have the same pattern, because that's all you ever knew. So if when you do inner child work, I started with just sitting down with myself in silence, picking a random piece of paper and just doodling what childhood meant to me, and then started writing. Then I picked up my journal, and oh my god, you're so busy in your day-to-day life, you don't realize that even the tiniest things that happened in your childhood have long-lasting effect on you as an adult. That was insane. That didn't make any sense. But even now, there are certain things that happen to me that triggers that inner child wounding I went through. There's no one to be blamed for me having experienced certain levels of childhood abandonment. And even now, when certain things happen, it triggers me like, oh my god, is this person abandoning me? Or why am I feeling like this? In all these cases, it's very important to connect with your inner child and say, you're safe, I am here to protect you, everything is fine. You can say affirmations and you can do inner child meditations. It's been transforming and very healing. And what happened is, over the course of time, I have seen that I do not react like a wounded child when certain external factors trigger me. And for me, that's tremendous. Childhood issues can be as simple as teachers calling you lazy, teachers calling you dumb, you not being able to make friends, being bullied, people calling you ugly, being there, seeing that. What we do is we let other people's opinions of us become our internal narrative. We just internalize everything and we believe that, okay, so if everyone is saying I'm lazy, then I must be a lazy person. It's like we almost just accept it without even thinking, and then that becomes our pattern over the course of a long period of time. And if you're not aware of it, it becomes a huge part of our life story. Another life-changing tool for me was, I shouldn't even call it a tool, it was the Ho'oponopono prayer. I actually have made a video about it, so I'll link it in the description box if you're interested. It's essentially a Hawaiian prayer, a Hawaiian healing practice, but for the Hawaiians, it's actually their way of life. It's taking responsibility for everything that's in your vicinity and in your reality, and taking responsibility for that I have created, my internal chaos has created this, my own trauma and woundings have created this. Now I'm gonna heal it. I'm gonna heal myself, and I'm gonna heal whatever is out there. This is something I use for relationships, for my loved ones' health, for my health and everything. Abundance and prosperity is also something that you can work on with this Ho'oponopono. It is, I'm sorry, please forgive me, I thank you, I love you. It's a very simple prayer. You can use it at any time. The next important tool for me was EFT, which is Emotional Freedom Technique. It's also called tapping. So you tap your meridians. And you can keep tapping into these meridians with affirmations. On the side, again back. This is how tapping looks like. Now when I tap, I sometimes do Ho'oponopono. I'm sorry, please forgive me, I thank you, I love you. I'm tapping all these meridians. Sometimes even I tap on my chest. This enables me to release all the traumas and triggers and everything that I experienced during the day. Someone said something, I internalize that, so I'm just releasing it. This is not my burden to carry, this is somebody else's garbage, so I'm just releasing it from my body, mind, heart, soul, spirit. And I tap affirmations in. I use the affirmations of Louise Hay and Florence Scovel Shinn a lot. I sometimes just tap in and say that all is well, all is well, all is well, everything is always working out, time is always on my side. And this has genuinely helped me to attain emotional stability. The main thing with Ho'oponopono and tapping, which is EFT, is you become emotionally stable, which means you react less, you respond as a matured person way more. And because you are not constantly reacting to other people's wounds and triggers, you start enjoying life. You really feel aligned with source energy, and things actually start working for you and unfolding for you. For me, last year was the time when my health just completely broke down and I was in the worst pain of my life, and doctor's visits and everything was happening. And then quickly the pandemic happened and everything was shut down. And God, I don't want to ever go back and think about it, but that 1 year just really helped me to connect with alternative medicine for me, that is Ayurveda. It helped me connect with meditation, journaling, emotional freedom technique, tapping, Ho'oponopono, sitting in silence. And now when I realize, yes, 33 has been magical because I took my power back. I know God is not something that's outside of me. God is inside me. And I realized everything has only as much meaning as you give it. Things in itself don't have much of any meaning. You are the one who's saying, oh, that's good and this is bad. You should do this and you shouldn't do that. She's wearing this. That's not good. She's wearing that. That's nice. Like, everything has only as much meaning as you give it. Someone is rude to you, you can say that, or you can give it a meaning that I'm not lovable. Or you can give it a meaning that, okay, that person actually had a crappy day and I am not gonna let that affect me and think that something is wrong with me. That is why he's reacting like that to me. See, it's like one situation, two different ways of looking at it, and boom, things change. There's one more thing I have written down. Yeah, the next thing was representative realism. Representative realism is, again, I'm learning more psychology and I'm getting a certificate on certain things in psychology. I'm very excited about it, but once it's done, I'll let you know. Anyways, in that I picked up this representative realism, which resonates so much with me, and I'm sure it will resonate with you. It is us believing that since someone cheated on me when I was 18, I'll always get cheated on. Since I failed exams twice when I was, 12, 15, whatever, I'm probably a failure. I'm maybe bad at studies. Maybe I'm gonna fail even more. It's that certain things happened to us in the past, okay? We don't know why did it happen, but we did not have to give it so much of meaning Let that define us, and then keep creating more scenarios in our future which will always align with what happened to us in the past. And this is called representative realism. It's just that it happened to you. That's fine. But you do not let anything define you. You get to create the life you want with your thoughts and your feelings every single time. The most important thing you can do is controlling your mind and coming into a place of emotional stability. If you believe in God, then you should let your faith be bigger than your fear. You're praying, you're meditating, you're doing the right things, you're doing all the right things, right? Then in that case, what are you worried about? Why are you in a constant state of worry? For me, this is a big life-changing thing that happened to me, that I've always had depression issues, and I always compared where I am in life to where a lot of people of my age were already in life. And there was this thing of, oh, things are happening to me. Why is this happening to me? Now I know that a lot of traumas I went through in my childhood, I was just unconsciously creating the same scenarios even in my adulthood, because my neurons were wiring and firing and creating neural pathways which was all about tiptoe through life, just shrink yourself, no one should notice you, because if someone notices you, you're gonna piss them off and bad things are gonna happen. And guess what? Like, I did so much of hard work at so many different places I worked in, but a lot of the things I worked on was not noticed, or I wasn't given as much as of appreciation like the others received, because my internal narrative was shrink down, tiptoe through life. And so yes, age 33 has actually been magical, and it didn't happen overnight. It was a journey. And in case you have crossed the age of 33 and you feel like, oh my god, I missed the boat, no, you haven't. Self-growth, self-love, aligning yourself with the cosmic energy, the sacred geometry, it's a daily process. It's about showing up constantly and consistently. And the most important thing I have realized about all the spiritual practices, even exercise and the alternative medication that I was going through, you have to show up. Showing up on your meditation pillow or your meditation room, showing up in front of the camera so that I can record a video, that is half the job done. You can't just sit there and be like, I'll do it one day, or I'm not ready for it, I have to. Do not make excuses. Just start doing these things. Start sitting with yourself. Show up. Become the energy you wanna attract. And always remember, whether you know it or not, you are constantly manifesting things into your life and experiences into your life with your thoughts. I've always spoken about the reticular activation system, RAS. If you want, I can leave a video where I'm discussing more about it. So yeah, tell me all about your magical 33.